Today on Commander Replay, I use this Dave Otley-inspired Golos list to find out how broken we can really make Golos. Do our opponents even stand a chance? Find out next on Commander Replay. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. We have a returning Patreon supporter in Dark Matter Genesis, and we have 2 new Patreon supporters in Penguin Warcry and Daniel Aguirre. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. Welcome back, everyone. We are playing some Golos Tireless Pilgrim. This is one of the most powerful decks I have ever seen. This deck list is based on a deck list that my friend Dave played against me, and it is seriously crazy. Now, taking a look at our opening hand, this does not look like a keeper, so we're going to mulligan this one. This is my first time out with the deck, and it's going to be pretty far outside my comfort zone, so there may be some issues in piloting, but we'll see how it goes. I think this one's going to be keepable with Tropical Island, Brainstorm, Senseis, and a Wayward Swordtooth. So we'll keep. Not going to have the crazy explosive start that I was looking for, but I think it's still going to be pretty good. I told opponents in this game, this is literally one of the strongest decks I've ever seen. Bring the strongest thing you have. Nothing is out of bounds here. This deck is super, super savage. It's going to be back to our turn. There's a mental misstep, so we can counter some potentially explosive mana rocks and things from our opponents. That seems pretty good. We going for Divining Top or Brainstorm first? I'm thinking Divining Top. Opponent said he's hoping he doesn't need a turn 1 swords. Well, we should be able to stop that with the mental misstep, so opponent's going to play a land and cycle a Lonely Sandbar, sure. Now, the thing with this deck is that our deck does not run a ton of interaction. It has a few small things that we'll probably need to tutor for. In terms of interaction, it does not run a ton. The goal of this deck is really to just generate as much mana as possible and abuse all of the play and additional land cards. And you'll see we have one of those in our hand, and that's really what this deck does. And just by if you have 3 or 4 extra land plays a turn and you have like a Strip Mine and a Ramunap Excavator, you can basically just Strip Mine your opponents to death. But beyond that, we've also got like Eldrazi, Expropriate, and just all of the nastiest things in the game of Magic. This deck generally wins by saying you don't get to play Magic anymore. There's a Farseek for our opponent. Can't do much about that one. As I think I just mentioned, I do have some concerns about being able to pilot this deck the right way. It is very, very far outside my comfort zone. But we'll see what we can do today. Opponent does get themselves a 3rd land, so getting a little bit ahead. What can we do right here? We could... So if we don't Divining Top, we could go Sylvan Library and then get Mishra's Workshop. Yeah, it seems good. Let's just do that. We draw a Hainware Battlements. We're going to play the Urborg, play Sylvan Scrying, get Mishra's into hand, and we'll pass turn like that. Tap land for our opponent. So no one off to a crazy explosive start right here. That is good. And yeah, so I've run into a couple Golos decks now. I've run into Dave's Golos deck, which is literally the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I've also run into just some like quote-unquote casual Golos lists. The card is pretty busted. Excluding the cast stuff for free mechanic, which is always a problem. Casting things for free, just a problem all of the time. Like, that's not news. But I don't think people realize how strong Expedition Map straight into the battlefield actually is. There's a lot of really powerful lands in this format. And there's been games where I've had Sun Titan down and have cast Expedition Map twice. It's such a big spike in power that when you have access to more than one utility land in your deck. And, for me, that's usually, like, White and Boros, so, like, the options aren't even that crazy. Like, I wouldn't be running a Dark Depths and something like that. But, yeah, Dark Depths is absolutely something we can do in this deck. Opponent's going to Wargate. Looks like they Wargate for a Mana Crypt. Yep, can't do much about that one. So they're going to get themselves some mana also. So it's going to bring it back to our turn. We'll draw naturally again because we'll be able to... Ooh, that's a Soul Ring. So, yeah, let's play Mishra's Workshop, use the 3, get Soul Ring, cast our commander, Golos into play. We could go like Ancient. So the choices are get Cabal Coffers and get some extra mana that way, or get Wayward Swordtooth and get the Hainware Battlements into play. We got some options right here. I'm going to go for Ancient Tomb, Wayward Swordtooth because that sets us up. Oh, Ancient Tomb. Oh, it comes in tapped. Well, messed that up. Okay. Punt number 1. Punt number 1. Should still be good for next turn, though. All right. Opponent's going to try to Swords our commander. We're going to give that the old mental misstep. And we're just going to pay the life so that we can potentially Divining Top. on our next turn. Now, we are a long ways away from Wooburg at this moment in time. Opponent says nice to the mental misstep, and opponent's gonna mystical tutor on the end step. Taking a look at what our opponents are playing, by the way. First up is Llawan Cephalid Empress. Enters the battlefield, returns all blue creatures your opponent's control to their hand. Opponents can't cast blue creature spells. I'm assuming this is a Painter Servant deck. Ooh, opponent gets a Pongify, so we'll probably be losing Golos right here. But yeah, that does look very nasty. If they can change our stuff to blue, that's trouble. We don't have a ton of ways to interact with that. We'll be looking to our opponents to interact more than anything. Like I said, our deck is kind of the like be the threat at the table. It doesn't run that many answers. Taking a look at what our opponent's playing, our opponent is also playing Golos, and since our opponent's playing it, I'll talk about what ours does as well. Golos, 5 mana for a 3/5, enters the battlefield, search your library for any land, put it onto the battlefield tapped. I missed that tapped part on our last turn. Pretty relevant. And then pay 2 Wooburg, exile the top 3 cards of your library, play them without paying their mana costs. I really wish they would stop printing that effect on cards. Like, that we need to get away from this play things for free mechanic. It is a problem 100% of the time. Opponent does lay down a Strip Mine, which is probably going to be headhunting for our Mishra's Workshop right here. Opponent says he wants to strip the shop, but it puts him behind. Yep, that is one of the drawbacks to things like Strip Mine. Like, I mean, it's a fantastic card, but yep, opponent's just going to do it. Okay, yep. Realizing the power of Mishra's Workshop. Yep, totally get it. But yeah, that is one of the issues with Strip Mine, is that when you use it, it does put you behind. And not for this particular meta, for this setting right here, but for, you know, a more normal commander setup, I do actually... Volcanic Offering is really the best card, because you're getting rid of creatures and you're getting rid of lands, and you're not burning your own land to do it. So if Gaia's Cradle is a problem in your meta, something like Pillage is going to be a very reasonable answer to dealing with that. Now, you also have things like Chaos Warp and Generous Gift, and so like some of the green-black ones actually hit lands. I can't remember which of the green-black spells. Ooh, that's a Bringer of the Blue Dawn. Cute. Yeah, like I said, I don't think we really have an answer for that. We just need to get down to doing some wild stuff ourselves. We will Divining Top at the end step. We've got Sylvan Library, Reliquary Tower, and land. Sylvan Library seems good. We don't have 2 green sources currently. That's a thing. Let's go Reliquary Tower to the bottom of that pile, Sylvan Library in the middle, Volcanic Island. We'll probably Brainstorm to get some of those things and get Kozilek out of our hand. So we draw the Volcanic Island, play the Volcanic Island. Play this Wayward Swordtooth. Actually, how close are we to this Kozilek? That's a question. This is our 8th land. We are 2 lands away from Kozilek. Literally, if we hit 2 lands next turn, we could hardcast Kozilek. That's pretty crazy. I'm gonna swing this in over to the Cephalid opponent. They take the hit, go down to 37, and I guess we'll pass like that with our mana open. Opponent's gonna crack their Myriad Landscape. Oh, maybe we should have brainstormed. Yeah, we probably should have brainstormed for the Sylvan Library. That was a whoops. That was a whoops. Got distracted by the Kozilek. Well, I guess... Actually, no. I tapped our lands wrong anyway. 3 punts. 3 punts. Yep. There's a Trinket Mage. Okay. Getting... Yep, there's a Grindstone. Could be an issue. Opponent's going to play the Grindstone. Yep. Oh, and our final opponent, by the way, is Champion of Thune piloting Ramos Dragon Engine. They mentioned it's some sort of combo deck. Don't know exactly what they're up to yet, but it could be something turns-based if we're looking at Bringers. Those go really well with extra turns. And the opponent's actually untapping with quite a bit of mana right here, so that could be an issue. If we see a turn spell, we have like 1 counter spell in the deck that's Pact of Negation. We do actually have the blue mana for it if we did cast it for some reason. Opponent's going to draw some cards. Yep. But I guess also opponent's still sitting on a Pongify, so we'll want to be careful of that. If we try to just like lay Kozilek down, that could be a problem for us. Here comes Ramos. Okay. We're going to use the Divining Top. Take a look at what's coming. We've got Oracle of Moldiah. Ooh. Oracle of Moldiah, Sylvan Library, Reliquary Tower. That seems interesting. So I'm going to put Sylvan Library. Where is Sylvan Library going? Reliquary Tower to the bottom. Oracle in the middle. No, actually, I don't like that pile. I don't like that pile. Gonna have to redo that. Sometimes I have to think about these Divining Top piles for a while. I don't play Divining Top as much as some people do. Yeah, so just put the Oracle on top. We'll draw the Oracle, and then we can rearrange with Divining Top and try to go wild from there. Opponent going to send a bringer over to the Cephalid opponent. Opponent will take the damage, goes down to 32. Brings it back to our turn. We draw the Oracle, play the Oracle. Sylvan Library on top, use a Divining Top. Hope to catch 2 lands right here. There are 2 lands, nice. So Sylvan Library to the bottom, Reliquary Tower, Mana Confluence. Play the Mana Confluence, play the Reliquary Tower. I believe we are 1 color away from being able to use Golos. So we go black, green, blue, red. Yeah, so we need 1 more color to use Golos. And I'm going to use the Divining Top right here to draw. Draw the Sylvan Library. Cast the Sylvan Library. We still have 1 land play left. Is it worth trying to brainstorm to find it? Probably not. I think we'll just sit on that for a second. I think we'll keep swinging over to the Cephalid opponent. We could have swung with the Wayward also, but Wayward may keep the bringer at bay. Maybe not. Opponent goes down to 29. Hope they don't have the combo. There's an Inventor's Fair. Now they can find the combo. It's scary. I don't have the mana to do it all at once, though. Curator's Ward. Enchant permanent. Enchanted permanent has hexproof. If it was historic, draw 2 cards. It is historic. Seems pretty good. If we can catch 2 lands, then we can go... We can give Kozilek haste, although opponent still has the Pongify. Not sure how to handle that. And the other Golos player, I think, really shot themselves in the foot by strip mining us, because now they're stuck and they're not doing anything. Pongify going to come down on the Ramos. That's good. There's an opening. We may need to brainstorm, see if we can hit both of those lands. We still have we have Sylvan Library. Yeah, Sylvan Library can do some stuff for us. We also need to not just like go into a turns loop with the Ramos right here, but hopefully with Ramos down, we're in good shape. There's a Mind Stone. We're going to swing the bringer and token, bringer and the token over to the Cephalid opponent. Opponent's going to block with the Trinket Mage. That makes them pretty wide open from a hit from us. They're sitting at 2 mana. That could be a counterspell. Trinket Mage down. Opponent goes to 23. Getting down there. Does Ramos try to make a big play right here? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like they want to tempt it into the counterspell. So that's going to bring it back to our turn. Oh, there's a Wasteland. Sylvan Library is going to trigger. Use the Sylvan Library. Yeah. We've got Cabal Coffers, Wasteland, and an Alchemist Refuge on top. Feeling good. Pay 4 life. Pay 4 life. Play a land. Play a land. Play a land. There's a Crucible of Worlds. Okay. How many lands have we just played? We played 3 lands. That is all of our land plays for the turn, unfortunately. Unless we find more ways to play lands. However, we can flash down the Kozilek. That seems pretty good. We have a lot of mana with Cabal Coffers. Still 1 short, color-wise, on activating Golos. I think it's a good time to brainstorm, though. Let's just take a look and see if we can catch some other helpful things. Opponent's gonna Cyclonic Rift our commander? Yeah! That is awesome. They're playing right into our plans. Now we can get that color we need. There may be a counterspell, though. That could be a thing that happens. There's a Glacial Chasm. That's a good one. We need to put some cards, but... Ooh, that's a Jin-Gitaxias. That's a Jin-Gitaxias. What are we putting back? I guess Divining Top back on top. Crucible of Worlds back on top. How much mana do we get from this Cabal Coffers? That gives us 10? Yeah, let's try Kozilek. Slam this Kozilek. See if it resolves or gets shot. Opponent's going to Force of Will that. Okay. Still going to draw 4 cards. Reshuffles our graveyard. We draw 4 cards. There's a Mox Diamond. We have limited green mana right now. We have 9 mana currently, which is sadly 1 short of this Jin-Gitaxias. I thought we could work that all out. What are we doing? I guess cast our commander? No, I guess we could cast our commander with haste. Play this Sakura Tribe Scout. Nope, I used our colors incorrectly. We can no longer cast our commander with haste. So we'll just have to try to win. We'll have to try to windmill slam our commander right here. Punt number 4. Possibly number 5. See if this gets countered. It does not. The other choice right here is to just go for like a Dark Depths. Yeah, we have a Wooded Foothills in hand, which can get us the last color that we need. So let's get ourselves a Dark Depths. And we've got a Worldly Tutor on top. Cool. Basically just need to like not lose the game in the next turn cycle here. Do some attacking. Oh, one thing that we should do is probably strip mine this Inventor's Fair. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So, Inventor's Fair down. And we'll pass turn like that. Opponent's at 15. Opponent's going to play a Cephalid, the Cephalid Empress, playing their commander. And the Ramos opponent's going to Vampiric Tutor. So, like, all we need to do is just not lose to a combo right here. and we're going to be in very, very good shape. With the Hainware, we can give Dark Depths token haste, and that should eat up like a lot of opponents' focus and resources. Oh, opponent's gonna, let's see. Actually, no. Yeah, Vampiric doesn't get revealed, so don't know what they went for. Interestingly, the Cephalid does shut off Jin-Gitaxias. God, I hope Ramos doesn't have the combo. Mana Crypt Flip on them. Opponent's gonna swing over to the Cephalid. Okay. Where'd the Bringer end up? I didn't see where that went. Okay, that's a doubling season. Okay. We untapped. We untapped. Opponents are in for a world of nightmares now. There's an Exploration. And there's a Terminus. Yeah, we're just going to leave that Terminus right where it is. We'll pay some life to draw some stuff. What are we doing right here? I'm not used to having this many tools available. We have 2 tutors. We should probably Emrakul. Actually, so play this Wooded Foothills. I don't know if we have enough green for all of this. We could go something like Vampiric Tutor Time Spiral. That'd be pretty crazy. That would, in fact, be pretty crazy. We're still short on colors, though. Well, let's just see what happens if we crack this Wooded Foothills. Crack the Wooded Foothills. Need to get something with some white in it. Let's get the Plateau. There's a land. All right. Oh, I forget. Play a land. There's a Tranquil Thicket. We're going to leave that... Ooh, it comes in tapped. Tapped is not the best. But I think that does get us 1 tutor. So let's just check this out. So that'd be the tutor. White, black, red, green, and blue. Okay, okay. Question is, what do we tutor for? Let's Vampiric Tutor. Time Spiral should be pretty ridiculous. Did I not put Time Spiral in? Maybe I didn't put Time Spiral in. Thought I did. Maybe I missed it. What comes next then? I mean, like, Crucible of Worlds and just start wastelanding everything is not the worst thing I've ever seen. Could go Wheel of Fortune. I think I'm just going to go for Crucible of Worlds. That seems the safest. Activate Golos. Add a whole bunch of black mana. There's a blue. There's a green. Use the Golos ability. Oh, hey, there's an Omniscience. Let's go Crucible of Worlds. Omniscience. Chrome Mox makes us discard. Have to imprint a non-artifact, non-land card. Yeah, we seem to have some of those. Let's get a Wasteland. Shoot this Tundra. I should have got our Exploration in first. We have any more green mana? Does not look like it. But we can get some with this Chrome Mox, so I guess we're using the Chrome Mox. Grab the Exile the Sylvan Tutor. Oh, we have Omniscience in play. Right. Ah, God. Not used to playing these cards. Cast Exploration. Cast Sylvan Scrying. Get Vesuva. Play Vesuva. Copy the Dark Depths. Keep the original Dark Depths. Oh God, I've never actually done this combo. I don't know how it works. When it has no ice counters on it, so I think we keep this one. Does that not work? Does that not work the way I want it to? That does not work the way I want it to. All right. Punt number 4. Are we on number 4? Did we already get number 4? I don't remember. We do have green mana, though. We're out of land plays. Blah. Well, that didn't go quite how I had hoped. We have any way to draw? Could use a draw somehow. Nah, I guess we just go turn... No, we just got 10 black mana floating. We have any blue? We have no blue. We can't cast... Oh, well, we can't cast it. Okay. Yeah, I guess we just... Well, I guess mana doesn't matter that much when you have Omniscience in play. So, there's that. So, send these over to our opponent. Opponent down to 4. And we'll pass like that. Definitely punted many, many times in this game. Like I said, the deck is very strong. My ability to pilot it is not quite there. I'm a little bit worried about this doubling season. Opponent's going to imprison the moon on our commander. Meh. It's fine. We can more or less kill them with beats next turn. Opponent's going to muddle the mixture. Oh, that could be the Painter Servant. Don't think they'll get the chance to untap with it, but, well, maybe they will. There's a world if we draw poorly, that could happen. It's a thing that could happen. Probably should have just went for the Wasteland lockout. Got another land or two from the, Ooh, opponent's going to Swords on our Oracle. Okay. Okay. Losing an additional land play right there. That's actually a pretty big source of stuff that we were doing. And let's see what Ramos has got for us. Ultimates could be a problem. Yep, opponent does in fact grab the Painter Servant with that Muddle the Mixture. So we do need to make sure that they die. Ooh, Ramos gonna send the ape over to the Cephalid. Yep, tough choice. Do they block or do they? They don't. They take it and go to 1. That means we've got lethal on them if we use the Tribe Scout. I don't think I'm gonna go for the Glacial Chasm yet. Not unless we need to. Just because it puts us behind a land, and now we don't have the land drops we used to. Worldly... Ooh, yeah, Azusa Worldly Tutor could be a thing. Maybe we just go for Emrakul. Yeah, Emrakul seems good. Apparently the Tundra I shot was the right call. Because opponent appears to be stuck. Oh, right, this is a mill combo. Opponent can't mill us out. We have Legendary Eldrazi. Right, nice. Even so, we'll probably still try to kill them anyway. Opponent's gonna go for a Sorin, okay. Create a 1/1. Oh, they got a blocker. Blockers are a thing. They get a lot of blockers. They get many tokens. Alright. So definitely gonna be on the Emrakul plan. End step, Worldly Tutor, cast with Omniscience. What do we have for a massive army of tokens? We have a Void Winnower, is the thing that we have. They can still attack us, though. Let's go for Emrakul. Or do we go for... yeah, let's go for Emrakul. Brings it back to our turn. Sylvan Library will trigger. Draw everything. Ooh, Enlightened Tutor, Mystical Tutor. Okay. Pay 4 life. Pay 4 life. Where did the Alchemist Refuge go? Alchemist Refuge affects all spells. Okay, that seems good. Let's cast Emrakul. Choose Champion. Give Emrakul haste. How many more creatures do I think we can get in? Mystical Tutor. This seems fine. We'll get our commander back. Oh, we still have the Glacial Chasm. That is also a thing that we have. Opponent gonna go down. Gonna take the Tribe Scout with them. Let us... Now we can cast blue things finally. So, cast Jingataxis. Cast Mystical Tutor. Get Nexus of Fate. Play Glacial Chasm. At this point, I'll sacrifice the Dark Depths. Don't know that we're going to be paying the mana for that. Play land. We are out of land plays. We will Wasteland another non-basic. We'll go to the end step. We will draw 7 cards. We will play Nexus of Fate. And opponent scoops. Yep. And other opponent scoops. Yeah. So like I said, you can thank my buddy Dave for this one. Not his exact deck list, but very close to it. Definitely inspired by him. Just all of the nastiest things you could play. Pretty much everything that gets you additional land plays and just abuse. Straight up abuse. And I'm not saying that every Golos deck you see is going to be this thing, but like the commander just allows you to do stupid things. Having access to any land directly into play is insane. We didn't even make great use of the Dark Depths, really. Like, that was completely a wasted line of play. We could have been activating Golos much sooner. If I play this game right, I mean, it probably ends. It probably ends, or like virtually ends, to where opponents can't do anything around turn 6, turn 7, based on the start that we had in this game, but I've misplayed a number of times. But the deck is just stupidly strong. The abilities in this thing are broken. And then when you build a broken deck around it, it's even worse. Yeah. And I get that it's a very low interaction deck, but like its ability to just generate mana is genuinely hard to interact with. Having way more lands than your opponent is something that's hard to stop, and most people, especially like when you get to a competitive setting, aren't going to be running Armageddon. So yeah, it's just a wild deck. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.